Diet phase 2, day 8, I believe. I've been speaking to a few people and need to stress one thing, that when it comes down to my macronutrient breakdown for diet, I have a lot more protein than pretty much anyone I know, apart from one friend that I can think of. This is the one of the biggest hacks I have, and the thing that I need to stress most, and we'll stress it in summary videos once I get the time to do it. Everybody needs more protein in their diet. Protein is the most essential macronutrient. It's the most important thing that you're going to consume, and most people definitely don't get anywhere near enough. To put it into perspective, I have the breakdown of 70% protein, 20% fats, and 10% carbohydrates in my diet. Sometimes I switch that around a little bit to 60, 30, 10. So still massively dominant for protein. It's prioritizing fats as well, and just carbohydrates, monosaccharides, for instance, like dextrose before training, and polysaccharides like maltodextrin after training for a slower release. And that's really it. So I'll be, just having a few frozen vegetables or a few frozen berries or something in my protein shakes, and that's it. I know that's not easy for most people, so there are alternatives. But just what you want to focus on is that your macronutrients are massively skewed in favor for protein. Whether you can cram down protein shakes during the day, protein bars, whatever, I don't care what it is, even if there is a bit of sugar in it. Just really make sure you get in enough protein, because as I'll get into later, with the suppression of that ghrelin effect that makes you hungry, that's the key for that. If you have problems with being hungry and stuff like that, then you definitely just need to up your protein significantly. Can't stress this enough, just some protein. That's what I stand for, apparently, according to a few friends. But mainly protein, trust me. There is no justice anymore. I think we've all realized that by now, and if you haven't been paying attention. But protein is essential. What am I doing here? This is my flex bar that I'm trying to strengthen my wrist. One of the tools that I'll have a video in the breakdown. If you've got tennis elbow or problems, I know a few boxers out there that do, definitely get one of these TheraBand flex bar. They're really good. Man, I should get paid for shilling all these dickheads' products. People's products. Now, I think that's pretty much it. So up your protein, flaxseed oil and fish oil. Make sure you get that every day. Break it up into 2 different portions for the oils, one in the morning or one at lunch, depending if you're intermittent fasting or not, and one in the evening. It's cheap, fish oil is more expensive than flaxseed oil. A bottle of flaxseed oil is probably about 20-25 Australian dollars. A bottle of high quality ethical nutrients fish oil is I think $56, but if it should last you a long time, and then you don't really need to get fats from anything else. You can just have your protein or heaps of vegetables, something like that. I've got some diet tips and ideas, but I don't think anybody's going to be interested in them, because I've seen people sort of look at me cross-eyed when they see what I'm eating and think it's absolutely ridiculous. And I look at the garbage that they're eating and think they're absolutely ridiculous as well. So to each their own. That's it. I'll keep on working on this series over the next few days. I was going to switch it up to a different phase now, but I think I'll keep on going, because I need to explain a lot more things, and I need to dial in exactly what I'm going to be eating, get the exact calorie count of what I'm eating, and make sure that these ratios are right. If you can do that, this is the most important part of training, the most important part, and overlooked unless you're a Mr. Olympia bodybuilder or some massively elite athlete. If you nail your diet, everything else becomes a lot easier. That's 100% guaranteed. I'll bang on later tomorrow, but feeling great. Everything's feeling good. My body weight is 83. My urine pH is 6 to 6.6. Urine EC was 3.4 to 7.34 or 7.43. I can't remember. I'll write it down. I've got it written down rather than put it in the video. Mood is great. Little bit of maybe a grade 1 strain from sprinting. Stupidly, I didn't warm up enough, and something that I should have probably left for a couple of weeks later. So I'm rehabilitating that at the moment. It doesn't stop me from training, but I'm not going to sprint on it. Obviously, I don't want to increase that from stage 1 to stage 2 or stage 3. So there's some rehabilitation things that I'll talk about in the fundamental videos. That's it. Sorry for the long video.